Hey there, beloved Ascension Pioneers. Welcome to another Ascension update with me, Polona. And I want to talk about today what is happening with our ascension on the sun, on a planet, and on a more universal level, galactic level, cosmic level, even. I want to share a writing I did today automatically. If you have seen my videos before, I have shared that this was on 11th. On April 11th, I received this guidance to, after my meditation, to write this down, to write what is happening. I didn't feel that it's going to be something complicated. I felt it's going to be very simple, but I felt, yeah, it will be something we need to hear. And I felt that I'll be doing it this weekend. So I did the writing today, this afternoon, after my running, walking, meditation. And I felt really good because, when I came to that tree on 11th, it was a feather, guiding me there. And I heard this voice, Polona, come and talk to us for a moment. I'm like, whenever I hear this voice, it's my guides. And oftentimes, I usually mostly source my own I'm presence knowing. And these are like not the guides that would come externally to me. They're like my oversoul, so to say. And I'm not gonna say more. Right now, I'm not guided to say more about this, but I will read the writing, and it is something really important because it's about our new lives and what is happening on a more, like I said, the bigger picture in a multiversal scale. So this was my question. Dear Spirit, on 11th of April, while out in nature, I received guidance to write about what is happening on the sun and the codes of light, the new, that are being sent and received. Shortly after, I heard about the recent solar activity. That was on the same day. And it was the most powerful solar flare of the year 2013. Yesterday, it was then stormy here, with intense thunder and lightning. Please share with me what I am meant to pass forward. I intend to be the purest channel for source light. So the thing is, like I said, the confirmation was that, it was my first feather of the year and it drove me there. And I said, okay, I need more signs because, when this voice comes, it's kind of like this deep knowing voice. And I wanted more confirmation. So yesterday I was sitting here, I was on Skype, and thunder starts lightning. I'm like, this is my sign. I had a huge aha moment. And when I was sharing this with people all over the world, I think many reported on these solar activities that result with heavy weather activity. But it's something so amazing because when I was awakening tonight in the middle of the night, it's like the light was activating me into this new state. I just couldn't sleep, but I wasn't even awake either. And it was so noisy, so loud, but yet it was just this feeling, oh my gosh, it's indescribable. A lot of people think it's just on the physical side of things. They say, oh, the storm, it's purging, it's blah, blah, all of that, which is true. But there are also more subtle levels that this change is happening on. And these levels, they're beyond human understanding. You cannot think, in terms of getting the answer there. But it feels in your heart, it's this feeling that, wow, creation is shifting, everything is shifting. So this note is very simple, and I'll be reading it to you now. Dear Polona, yes, we shall share all of the relevant information. You nearly need to write it down, pour it down from the higher dimensional light where you also do exist as that I am. The information has all the codes of light for everyone who is tuning in and listening with their heart to receive. So listen with your heart. The truth is rather simple, in fact, and the more source-infused one is, the easier these downloads can take place and unfold in one's life and ascension journey. What is happening now is something very simple and yet rather profound. It can hardly be transformed into physical words and a human understanding, so this needs to be received through the heart directly. So it's a heart-knowing thing. The thing is as follows. As many already know, the earth is ascending because the sun is ascending. But it is not just that. Everything in creation is a reflection of something greater and grander, like fractals here that are presented and shown to us, how we understand the nature of creation through fractals. What is happening on the earth is happening because of what is happening on the sun. And that is happening because of what is happening right at the center of the galaxy and beyond. As you see, the human mind already has enough difficulty trying to understand this. So we shall continue with what is happening with the exact correlation of Earth and the Sun, directly linked with the grand sun, the Alcyon, located in the Pleiades star system, which this again is just another locational label, although this has nothing to do with location. So it has all to do with the nature of creation itself, which is something not important to go into at this point in time. So this is something we are not yet to write about for the highest good, you know. The information that comes through is always for the highest good of all of us. It is important, though, to have a deeper understanding of the sun and its activity as it's receiving light codes. These are downloads, you know, the same way we receive them. It's directly from the great mothership, which is the great Alcyon. To understand and feel this, we have to constantly think of spiral instead of line. So spiral. It is the spiral of creation where everything truly takes place. So basically, the whole of creation on this current level of being is being transformed completely. This is so natural, like breathing. Now a new cosmic breath is beginning. So now the sun is anchoring this through its stellar nature and anchoring this to its planetary aspects, which are all 12. You know, this is the principle of 12, which represents wholeness, and 13 is the source number. So the sun in between is the source of, you know, this planetary system. So it's planetary aspects, so through solar flares, storms, and winds. Each time a planet receives a portion of this, so does the humans and all living beings on it, you know, on the planet. Those who are breathing together with creation as one can transform very smoothly, easily and effortlessly. That is why it's so important to know about this. It is very important now to think, feel, and be simplicity in all terms, you know, on all levels. Simplicity comes out of purity, and only in this pure state of being one can receive this new, to empty itself of the old completely. So that is what we're doing. Those who are still very full are having a hard time receiving the new, because a timing of great quickening and intensity is now here. There's a great need to feel the simplicity and become it. You know, when I say empty, it's what sometimes a lot of people are being afraid of. They don't know how it is to be emptied out. They don't know how to live fully in the now, not know what is to come without any expectation, you know, totally surrendered with nothing but your inner guidance, your compass. And it feels scary to some, but this is what it means to be an empty vessel, so that spirit light can overflow you. So all the fears of the void need to be released and surrendered. There's immense opportunity to step into the new now, and many are hearing this call. There's a giant leap in vibration at place now, which can often be referred to as a dimensional shift. Everyone who is willing to open up and receive from this empty space will be able to shift almost instantly. But there is no fear or a deadline here, only a gentle calling of the Divine Mother, the Divine Love calling all who are ready to come home and co-create a new reality and paradigm, whichever they believe in. You know, this is the gift and the blessing that whatever one believes in becomes the reality almost instantly. That will take place very intensely in the next couple of months. Everyone who is ready is now heading this, who is now healing, of course, healing this first separation. It's pretty dark here, sorry. First separation from source, the original cause. This is what I've been referring to in my previous video. So the remembrance of what one is, then gently embracing this and stepping into whatever kind of reality one believes in. You know, what you magnetize from within. The sun is sending those light packages every day, not just when it's birthing flares. Flares are actually its loving intentions received straight from source. That is why there's so much weather manipulation and distortion, plus bad, you know, that false propaganda against the sun, which you can sometimes find in the subtle meanings, like they feed us something sometimes like, the sun is bad for you, you need to protect yourself from it, don't go out in the sun, and things like that. Because this is known to those who don't wish to change, you know, so they use these tools, or they do weather modification. But the change is here anyway. The sun leaves its impact in the ethers, and this then spreads through all the meridian lines. So, also through our own meridian lines in our body. So it is best to spend much time outside to connect to the sun and feel the new washing all over you. The effects are not physical, only for those who are still stuck only in the physical. And for this, sometimes it is better to avoid it before they can open up and accept this kind of energy, this intensity. The sun and the most recent flare is marking the new way, the new life. This was on 11th, and it was announced that it's the strongest one of the year. Many changes are going to take place, but this is so natural to those who are attuned and live in their hearts. All is well, all is perfect. Allow yourself and receive. So, for those of you who have been expecting this complicated message about, this particular mechanism of solar outbursts, well, you didn't get it, because the truth is simple. When you understand the nature of creation and the spiral of life and these cycles that everything is happening within, you will feel that that which is simple will always resonate with your heart. That which is complicated is just, usually it doesn't. It speaks to your mind, because the mind is the internal seeker. The heart is the eternal knower. So sometimes we wish to, when we're still coming from our ego self, we wish to feed the mind. And oftentimes, people ask me all sorts of questions as well, which I cannot answer. I cannot answer questions for you. You need to walk path of your own knowing of thyself and remembering these things from within. We serve only as catalysts for growth, triggers, uplifters. Well, the same message also came that those who are really freeing themselves and stepping into their true power, that they're really doing it, that they're really, really doing it. And they're really going to shift fast right now. But before I go, I wish to share something else that I wrote today. And it has to do on divine love and the I am. Because this is also part of the understanding of the new. Okay? Sometimes people say, well, I love you, so this is it. I'm holding space for you. Love is all that is. I'm holding the space. And this is the part when humans oftentimes refer to unconditional love, which is true. But you have to know divine love is not the same as unconditional love. And I will explain this in this writing here, and I'll show you why. Divine love is not the same as unconditional love, because divine love is the wholeness of our God spark, which is love, wisdom, and power. You can know this as your tri-folded flame, within your spark essence of your soul. Only when these essences of our three-folded flame, the sacred heart, are gathered into one, you integrate them into one. Within the triangle light, we are whole and complete within all that is, and our beloved I am, our God spark. So I made a drawing. I hope you can see it. This is a triangle, and inside is oftentimes this known symbol that many use, and I often channel this symbol as well. It's a triangle, and within it, it's a yin and yang symbol. So what this symbol represents is the polarized nature of everything, which I already described in some of my videos. You have the masculine, the feminine seed of all, but they create a third energy, so therefore you have the triangle. So you have to understand this triangle represents our perfected state, which is wisdom, love, and power. The soul is the feminine aspect of creation, while the I am, the spirit light, is the masculine, is the divine father. So the three-folded flame is the completion of all, and this is divine love. So this sacred love symbol I have already received back in 2012. I think it was in, late fall or early fall. So what I wrote was these these are primary soul essences. Oftentimes I mention soul essences, and what I refer to those is like these are our soul essences that spread out of it, like peace, joy, what else? All these essences, that bliss that you can express as soul living in this embodiment. But there are three primary soul essences are these: love, wisdom, power. From these all else flows. So to be in perfect equilibrium, we are to embody our perfected God nature and become the the perfected being. So as I said, soul is the feminine aspect of us in creation. It's the divine mother aspect, and the being, the I am, is the masculine aspect of our source. That is why I usually like to say the heart of my soul and the light of my being. But what is important here is that only through embodiment of our soul, which is in the heart center, so the heart merges the physical and the spiritual. This is where soul can start embodiment process, but this is where it all unfolds. So only through this embodiment we can actually anchor the light of our being, so plug into it, become source infused. The truth is very simple in its nature. It is not complicated, like I said before, once we understand these very simple sacred divine principles of creation. So embody your soul to feel the light of your being. And there is no other way. And it is really simple because a lot of people complicate about this. You know, you have all these different theories and aspects and whatnot. But in truth, when you start remembering yourself, and as how I am here to assist, because I oftentimes say that a part of my purpose is to share about these divine principles of creation, is to help you become aware of the simplicity of truth as it's held within one, the realms of illuminated truth. So this is what I wanted to share today. And I hope I'll be speaking about these things, you know, as I go along my journey, which is always so. Today was a massive day of downloads. It was this alignment. It was this amazing astrological day as well. And it was just pouring through me this light. And the more you emanate it, you know, others will also come to you and they just want to feed off of it. But, you know, you need to stay in that light. You need to remember always who you are. Maintain that light and just ripple it out. No need to hurry, to do, to control, to save. All is perfect. So everything is unfolding perfectly. Do step on the love train if you're so guided. Hop on the adventure bus, as I like to say nowadays. And enjoy your ride. You know, enjoy the escapades. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you much. Bye.